everyone, I'm Anthony Britton and welcome to this video quick tip tutorial exclusively for audio tuts, where today we're going to take a look at vibrato for guitar. If you're reasonably new to guitar playing, you may not have encountered vibrato before, but it's an extremely useful way to add a bit more depth and feel into your playing on some of those longer notes. So let's have a quick look at the first approach. So the first approach we'll look at is perhaps the most common, and you'll see it being used all the time in many different styles of guitar playing, really because it just gives you a lot of control over how much vibrato you can apply to the note. And the way we do this is we take any note as we would normally and pull down on the string, changing the note's pitch before returning back to the note's natural resting point. When you do this, make sure you don't come back past that natural resting point, as this will lead to your vibrato and your note sounding out of tune, which of course isn't the effect we're going for. So just to repeat that, we're going to pull down on the string and return back to the natural resting position, and then repeat that, keeping it as consistently the same every time as we can, and this will give us a nice, smooth, tuneful sounding vibrato. So let's take a look at the effect this gives us. So that's the first approach to vibrato. The second one is a more classical approach, where in contrast to pulling down on the string to change the pitch, we're pivoting on the tip of the finger, rolling it forwards and backwards, which in turn gives us a very subtle change in pitch on the note and causing our vibrato to take effect. So it's important to note here, we're not actually moving the finger forwards and backwards on the string. We're keeping the tip of the finger rooted in position and just pivoting on the tip of the finger, causing our slight rolling effect there. So let's take a quick look at the effects achieved through this approach. So those are two very common ways of achieving vibrato in your guitar playing. A third way of doing this is to use the tremolo system on your guitar. So let's have a quick look at how we can do that. Using the tremolo system on your guitar, you can also change the pitch of the notes, which is of course how we achieve the sound of our vibrato. So taking the tremolo arm, or the whammy bar as it's also affectionately known, I can press down on it, lowering the pitch of the notes, and then returning it back to its natural position, I can bring the notes back to their natural pitch. Doing this repeatedly, keeping it nice and consistent all the time, I should hopefully achieve a nice smooth sounding vibrato. So let's have a listen. So again, a nice smooth sounding vibrato, this time using the tremolo system. If you have a Floyd Rose style tremolo system on your guitar, as I do on this, it lets you go much higher and much lower with the tremolo arm, in turn allowing you to change the pitch of the notes much more dramatically. And in our example here for vibrato, that can give us the scope to have a much more vigorous sounding vibrato in the style of people like Eddie Van Halen, who were really renowned for their use of the whammy bar for not just vibrato but other great rock sounding guitar effects. So let's have a look at something a little bit more vigorous in terms of our vibrato now. So hopefully straight away you'll notice a much more impacting vibrato that way, which in the right situations can be ideal. So that's the tremolo system. Having looked at those three main ways of approaching your vibrato, you can now sit down and really explore the use of those and the effects you can achieve through varying amounts of vibrato, from the more subtle techniques to the more wild sounding vibratos you can get through the use of your whammy bar. Equally, you're not restricted to using vibrato on single notes as I've mostly shown you here today. You can use vibrato on double notes where we apply the vibrato to a pair of notes at the same time. And on more full-bodied chords, even on string bending, it might be a bit more of a handful, but with practice and perseverance, it really is an extra string to your bow, if you like. So those string bending notes, you know, really make those notes sing and have that really nice vocal effect, much like David Gilmour, Gary Moore. You know, check those guys out, listen to their vibratos and try it out at home. So good luck with it, try it as much as you can, and before long it will soon become a natural part of your own playing, giving you that bit more feel and depth into your playing. So have fun, and until next time, we'll see you soon.